probably couldn't blow my background like it was supposed to, but that's okay. I can look through my house, I guess. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey. It's Tuesday afternoon. You know what that means. So let me give y'all a little moment to get y'all selves on here. Ah, I'm getting messages in the YouTube chat. If you guys want to, you're more than welcome to click on the URL and it will take you out to the YouTube channel. It is streaming live along with this Facebook Live. We're going to have a real conversation tonight, y'all. We might as well continue on our road of learning, asking the right questions, and educating each other. So I'm going to give y'all a minute to get on here because I really need to know. I'm going to tell you how I came to this topic, and I'm going to tell you about the video that I watched, and I want to get y'all feedback. If you don't have your cup, go get it. This is going to be a good one. I think this is it. It triggered something in my head when I saw it, and it made a whole lot of sense of what the brother was saying. So I said, let's present this to our Facebook audience and get some feedback to see what they think about said topic. Okay. I ate today. I ate before this, so y'all ain't got to worry about me getting too lit tonight. Not that it matters. I don't actually need alcohol to be lit. I have a natural buzz anyway. So, again, if you want to, you're more than welcome to go stream on YouTube. You might as well get used to clicking the YouTube tab because we are going to be moving over to YouTube so we can have some real conversation. Because my mama is my Facebook friend. And she done jumped on a live or two. And what I don't need is for Lois to be on my lives. What you doing on here? I understand that I'm 45, but I still don't want to curse in front of my mother in real time. She can watch it later. But we about to talk about these expectations. That's what we about to talk about. I thought this was the most interesting thing when I thought about it. So we gonna talk about it because I want to know. I want to know what the fellas think, and I want to know what the ladies think. And I'm gonna tell y'all. I gotta tell you about the video that brought this on. Hold on, guys. I gotta check the comments. See, I got a lot going on. Hey, Brett. Cause right. I mean, I'm like, I understand that I'm a particular age, but damn. So I'm gonna have to take this thing. I'm gonna have to move it all the way over to YouTube because sometimes I be getting raunchy, and I want us to be open. But I figured, hey, we might as well. This is where it began. I don't want to cut Facebook completely out. I guess we'll bring special episodes back to Facebook because we need to talk about sex. We need to talk about bad sex, good sex. We need to talk about all of that. Just saying. And I don't want my mama watching it. I don't. She better not. Look, I can control the subscribers over on YouTube. I ain't gonna just block my mama. But hey, come on in this room, y'all. Get y'all cup, because this is a good one. This is a good one. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna start talking about it in a few minutes. So y'all go get y'all a cup. In the interim, let me give y'all an update. They, how many of you actually went and go looked at the books that I told y'all about last week? If you didn't, that's fine. I didn't write the books. I just felt like, I had told y'all about the books. You can go to Amazon and find the books if you want to read the books. So yeah. Oh, you did? Hey, Mr. Woods, how are you? Interesting reads. I'm a reader. I like books. I ran out of bookshelf space, so I have e-readers. I have two e-readers. I read a lot. I'm an undercover nerd, and I don't care that y'all know that. If you know me, then you like, oh, Keith has always been smart. Keith is smart as hell. I'm sitting in my office right now. But y'all, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about our men's expectations higher than women. That is our topic for the evening, and that is what we are going to discuss. You might need your bottle of water or your drink for this one. I don't know. It's going let's just hope that y'all come up with some good stuff. And as always, I always have these late scragglers. Let me see what other kind of updates I gotta give y'all. And told y'all enough of my personal business. I personally don't mind. Um, I'm good though. Don't worry. I'm fine. I'm as fine as could be. Uh, I reached out to the person that y'all asked me to reach out to. Well, that you guys suggested that I reach out to for the sibling chat. I haven't got a response yet, so I'm waiting to see. Answer is yes. I can tell you that now. The funny thing, Brittany, is this. We might as well go ahead and get into it, right? Let me tell y'all how I came to this topic. I'm over on Tickety Talk. I be on TikTok. And I'm just scrolling, and this video came up in my For You feed. And it was a man. It was a man having a conversation. I've seen many of his videos, and I do believe I've shared at least one of them on my page. And this man, the question that they were talking about was, are men's expectations higher than women's? From this man's point of view, his answer was yes. That's what the man said. So I haven't divulged my answer as of yet. But from his perspective, a man's expectation of a woman is higher than a woman's expectation of a man. Let me tell you his reasoning for stating this. His reason for saying this is because men have all these expectations. You want her to make sure the house is straight, the kids is straight, she's straight, you straight, and all of that. You want to make sure he still wants you to go to work. He still wants you to help pay bills. He still wants you to clean the house. He still has all these expectations of you that he, as a man, has of a woman. And that list of things tend to be longer than the list of things that a woman requires or expects from a man. All right, Regis, you said no. Why you say no? Listen, y'all know I will bring y'all on camera and let you voice it out if you don't want to type. If y'all don't, or I can drop the link and bring you into the YouTube studio where you can talk. Whichever one you decide. You don't agree with him. I want to know why you don't agree with him. Okay, better yet, tell me what your expectations are of a woman. Now, this is a man's perspective. This isn't, I haven't told you what I thought yet, but we gonna get there. His answer was that men's expectations are higher than women's. So I want to know, are they from your point of view or are they not? Ladies, chime in. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Let me know if a man's expectations is higher than a woman's. Hey, Danny. Your woman is there to be a helpmate. Absolutely. As a helpmate, that's meaning what? What is she? Elaborate a little bit more, dog. Get a little bit. Help you how? Help you with what? See, he was very specific. He didn't rattle off everything, but he did rattle off quite a few things in his list as far as what a man expects for a woman to do. Not only do, but what he expects her to be. So, what do y'all think? Are a man's expectations higher than a woman's? Or is it the exact opposite? That's what I want to know. Tell me what you think. I mean, I want before you just rattle off an emotional response, literally think about it and give me a true intelligent answer. I don't want an emotionally driven answer. I want an intelligent response, even if the intelligent response is the exact opposite of what you do. All I'm asking for is a little logic. So that's what I want to know. Hey, if y'all want to get on here and speak your piece, I will hit the bring them on camera button and bring you on, or I'll pull you into the YouTube studio and let you tell me there. You pick. But I need to know what you think just to be there for me. Be there for you how? Excuse me. I ain't had my Pepsi before my drink, but I had food. Yes, I did. But see, they really don't need her to do nothing. I'll provide. You'll provide, and you'll provide. Okay. These are broad answers. Responsible men don't put expectations on anyone. That's an unrealistic answer. Let me tell you why. Expectations is not always monetary. Get out your pockets. Expectations are not monetary. They're not. It can be done by an action that does not require her to spend one drop of money. All right, cousin. I'm responding to the YouTube chat. So I don't want you to always think an expectation is money. It's not. It's just an expect. It's everything. It's everything outside of money. So this video that I watched, again, I'm gonna tell you because I see people joining in. I'm gonna repeat how we got to this question to give everybody an opportunity to get where we are. The question was posed in a TikTok video that I was watching by a man, and his question that they posed was, "Are men's expectations higher than women's?" This man's answer was yes, it is. A man's expectations is higher than a woman's in a relationship. Don't think an expectation when you think about your answer to this as money, because it's so much beyond that. I told you, he said a woman is expected to be able to take care of the home, to take care of the children, to clean the house. He just rattled off a whole bunch of things that a man expects for a woman to do. He just rattled off a whole bunch of things. And from his perspective, he said that a man's expectations are higher than a woman's when it comes to a relationship, a bond, a marriage, and things like that. This was his answer. I ain't gave y'all mine yet. A man need a woman there to help figure out things that really mind blowing. Okay. Hope you got y'all cup. Y'all know I'm always enjoying every moment. If you ain't got to go get it. No, woman expectations are higher than a man simply because a woman expects more out of a man than a man expects out of a woman. Okay. Tell me what that is. In comparison to his list, outside of money, what are a woman's expectations of a man? Since you all disagree, tell me what a woman's expectation is of a man. Because I've talked about this. I've talked about this, and I've said this a couple of times about what women need. I've talked about it. And it was a broad statement when I said it. And this gives us an opportunity to dive into that safe space that I speak about, making a woman feel safe to these expectations. The question is, whose expectations are higher? I think if they're together, they need to be on the same level. Okay, I think that they do need to be on the same level, but at the same time, is that a realistic answer? I'm gonna tell you why. Somebody gonna fall short on an expectation on both sides. They're not gonna be able to meet every single expectation. So the balance is picking up the slack where the other one does not, and you can't be mad about it. But in general, there are so many things that we as women and men require of other people or expect for them to do. Okay. My answer had nothing to do with money. When you put expectation on someone for any reason, you set yourself up for a disappointment. I've never expected anything from anyone. I understand what you're saying, but when you decide to be in a committed relationship, expectations are not always said out loud, they're expressed. So, are there certain things at the home, certain things that you like a certain way that you expect for them to be for you all the time? That's an expectation. You may not have said it out loud, but you expect it. Silent expectations exist. You can't ignore or act like they don't. In a relationship, you expect to be, you and that person expect to have open lines of communication and to be faithful to each other. Those, you have expectations whether you state them or not. And it's not about being disappointed. You get disappointed when you start stating certain things and a person agrees and does not follow through. A man's supposed to be the head. The man is supposed to be the head. So is it okay for him to have higher expectations as the head? Let me make sure I ain't missed no comments. I'm with y'all tonight. Ladies, what y'all think? What y'all think, ladies? Yes, silent expectations. They exist. It ain't good. You need to voice them. You do have to say it, but some things are like, you know how the unspoken rule, like don't stand in the mirror and say Candyman 3 times. Even though it's a movie, are you finna go in the bathroom and say Candyman in the mirror 3 times? I'm not. I ain't taking no chance. You do have to speak those expectations, but some things are general, some things are not. I bet you did it. No, I didn't. I'm just saying. Because, like, for example, a silent expectation is, I go to a restaurant and I order food. My expectation is that it's going to be good when I get it. That's not always the case. It's a silent expectation. They serving this food up. It's supposed to be good. They got all these restaurants scattered all around. You know what I mean? And after you've been with somebody for so long, they start to know what you like and start doing those things for you. So you then start, okay, I don't have to tell her. She gonna do it. But ain't nobody told me yet what a man's expectation was or what they thought a woman's was. And fellas, y'all was real big on the disagreeing, but I'm still waiting on the answer to that. What are your expectations? Oh, for be there when I need her. Need, what does that mean? Give me an example of what that means. Because guess what? That's an expectation. That is an expectation. Well, I don't have silent expectations, Danny. I just tell them what I need. But there's people out there that believe these type of things happen, so I have to be open minded to make sure that everybody gets something from this conversation. I hope that helps. Some people think that people read minds. I'm not one of those people. I don't expect you to read my mind. I'm going to tell you exactly what's on it. Therefore, there is no confusion later. That's how I get down. But there are people out there who have silent expectations and they have them based on the fact that they'll say, in every relationship, this is what's supposed to happen. And they end up saying that in a point where that expectation didn't get met because they never voiced it. That's a silent expectation. It may not always start, it may start out as a silent expectation and it's going to eventually get voiced because it doesn't get met. So, what do men, like I was saying, I asked you want her to be there for you. That's an expectation. And everything that falls under that be there for you is probably, it's something different, which means that's a different expectation. How y'all feel about that? I'm a words person, so I go by things by definition. And I'm like, you got to break it down all the way because sometimes people only looking at it. They're too close up. Somebody says this to me all the time. You're too high up on the tree to even know what you're looking at. You got to come down and back up off it a little bit. I thought it was a great analogy when they gave it to me. So, but this gentleman felt very, very strongly about the fact that men have higher expectations than women. All right, Danny says, okay, you can turn your expectations into an agreement through communication or disagreement. I agree. But some people don't voice those expectations out of the gate, and that's why they be upset later. Cause I'm glad I got to know your cousin and how she is before we even got together. I'm glad you did too. I hate to have to help my cousin hide you. Hey, Thomasina. What's up, cousin? All right, so a woman's expectations. Ladies, are your expectations lower than a man's? I'm gonna tell y'all what I think. Hi, Miss Dixon. So again, for those of you, I hope you got those of you who just joined. We talked. The fellas have been chiming in on whether or not a man's expectations is higher than a woman's. So I would like to get some women's feedback on whether or not you think your expectations are lower than a man's. Don't do that. Cause you safe. You've been around long enough. We can't get rid of you. You safe. You family now. We can't get rid of you. So ladies, don't be afraid. The whole we in the office. We in the office with Kizzy with another episode of Men Ain't Minute. I have lowered mine a time or two. Right. Me too. Me too, sis. Me too. I stopped doing that. I feel better about myself when I don't because if you can't meet the expectation, all right, and I see that, cool. You ain't got to meet it. It's not for you. Okay. You try again somewhere else. And women, women tend to lower their expectations sometimes, often based on potential. Sometimes we just be lonely, and sometimes it look real good, and then we get there, and then it be like, dang, but I got feelings and I'm here. Let me see what happened. Yeah, never do it again. Never do it again. Ain't nobody on your side, Stacey. Never do it again. So, I mean, I've run into some weird expectations, and it's been funny to me some of the expectations that I've experienced. But I'm gonna tell y'all what I think about. Let me give y'all my answer to this question: are men expectations higher than women's? Absolutely, absolutely. Yep, I agree, Krisha. Some of us do it. I do it. I don't know why we do it, but some of us do it thinking that we can fix him. You can't fix nobody that want to be fixed. So my cutoff game got so strong so long time. You will not stress me out. I can't do it. You ain't finna stress me out because you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that, and you ain't even trying. You don't even know how to reach for it. A woman's expectations of a man is definitely lower, and I think part of that reason is because we outnumber you. What's up, Lex? I think it's be some of for some women it's be like, oh my God, They be tripping over that. I ain't tripping over it. And I think people talk about the number difference so much that it's an issue for some women, and it's like, oh, I can't. It's been so long since I've dated a nice guy, and he doesn't necessarily turn out to be a nice guy, and they still stay with him because it's so much easier, even though it hurts them, to not go out and find somebody else new. Another reason why the expectations have been lowered is because women have had to be independent, even if they didn't want to be. So they've started to do a lot of things for themselves that men would normally do. So that's expectations that are in back in the day terms no longer exist in that relationship because she's doing it on her own. But at the same time, it's starting to make men feel like women don't need them. And y'all know I say it every week. I'm going to even say it this week after what I told y'all last week. Men, we need you. We do. The expectations have changed a bit because, again, some of us has been forced to be something that we don't want to be. And now we're used to being that, so our expectations of you have lessened. And because we are now doing things that a man would normally do for us, your expectations of us have increased. Y'all with me? Sip your cup. Go on, sip it. So, with that being said, exactly, we are forced to be something that we didn't want to be for a lack thereof of men being men. The whole how we got here, y'all, men ain't men it. So, and expect the expectation of a man are completely higher than a woman for a whole gang of reasons. And we just talked about a couple. We're gonna keep going. So when you get to a point, because I am a firm believer of voicing what I need, what I want, what I like, what I don't need, what I don't want, what I don't like, and what I don't like people interrupting my live when I'm talking to y'all. I don't know why people be trying to call me between 7 and 8 p.m. on a Tuesday. I don't understand. But anyway, as I was saying, you can agree in some ways. How can you not? Am I lying? What up, cousin? What up, Derek? You can agree in some ways. In some ways, you can disagree. And as a man, I want to know what that perspective is. Again, these conversations may not necessarily help us that because we're having them. So let's just hope that they do at least help somebody else if it don't help us. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm all open for learning because I'm not perfect and I feel like knowledge is power. The more I know, the more I grow. But at the same time, we have an unbalance going on in Black love right now, and somebody got to talk about it. I know, Stacy, I'm right. I ain't right all the time, but this one, I'm spot on with this one. It's unfortunate, and I'm just trying to figure out where my brothers got lost. Not all of y'all, because y'all know y'all real men, y'all check in. But I'm just trying to figure out where my brothers got lost in all this sauce, where they don't know how to meet simple expectations. So what if a man drops his expectations for a woman? So what? We do it all the time. We make exceptions for y'all all the time. Y'all seem not to want to make exceptions, but keep having more and more expectations added to the list, therefore pushing us to do more and more for ourselves. So when we get with you, we doing things that for real, men should be doing, but men out here not men. You want to find that out too, Stacy? I want to know at what point, fellas, did y'all decide that you were just going to give up on being real men? Now listen here now. Y'all know I'm not on here to bash my real men, and I support y'all, and I love y'all kings, and I'm gonna keep telling you to do what you do. But y'all got some homeboys that need their ass whipped. Held expectations in excuses. Say it again, Tree. Say it again. Because you know it's some that want to be a man. Now, my conversations are open to all. However, I really don't have the perspective on the same sex situation, but I would try my best. I can't help those who want to be something else. I don't know how. The same thing applies. If you want to be a man, that means you're behaving like a man. That means also your expectations have gotten higher for the type of women that you date. I don't think that's changed because if you walk around portraying yourself as a man and you having man habits, then you having man thoughts. So the same thing is going to apply for those who want to be a man. Let me know when you find out where they are meaning. I do try. We can go together, sis. I travel internationally. We can go together. The minute I find out, I'll let you know so we can book that flight. Because and then it's also you for you know what what I just told y'all about God. It was a video that I saw on TikTok that related when I said y'all got some homeboys. Let me tell y'all, I watched the video on TikTok. I'm glad this ties in. And it was these three dudes in the car riding around, and the driver and the passenger, the dude in the back was recording it. The passenger is in the front seat having a whole hissy fit because his baby mama got a girlfriend, I mean a boyfriend, and he ain't doing nothing else for the kids no more. Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. I see it. I see it. I see it, Jackie. When you hit hearts, Florida State pops up first. Don't hate Gators. Don't hate Canes. Just, know the boys that want to be a man. All right, so let me tell you about this second video that kind of ties into this. Driver going off on the passenger because his homeboy mad, talking noise about his baby mama because his baby mama got a new boyfriend. And because his baby mama has a new boyfriend, he has decided he ain't got to do nothing else. He ain't got to do nothing else because she got a new boyfriend. He ain't got to do nothing else for them kids. Okay. That man cussed his homeboy out for saying that. Told him about his behind and then put him out his car. Wherever they were, put him out his car. Told him he can't be around nobody. He can't have no homeboys that's mad about a baby mama having a boyfriend when them his kids and his responsibility. I give all kudos to that brother because that brother checked his homeboy about bad behavior. That brother checked his homeboy about a man not manning. I don't understand what he was mad about. I don't. Then he talking about they took pictures and they posted the pictures and this, that, and the third. Bruh, when you get a new lady, you gonna disown your kids too? Y'all got homeboys out here that y'all know ain't doing what they supposed to be doing, but you ain't letting them know they ain't doing what they're supposed to be doing. Trust you me when my homegirls ain't doing what they sus. You know you ain't right. And they always know how the conversation is gonna start with me. It always starts with, well, and I'll say their name. He might have been mad about but obviously it ain't his no more. She got a whole new boyfriend, but you can't hold that against the kids. That ain't the kids' problem. Them still his kids. I saw that he was saying they took Christmas pictures and you saw the video. And dude put his ass out his car for talking crazy about not doing nothing for his kids because his baby mama got a new dude. I don't care what, listen, let me tell y'all something. Baby daddy got a new chick. I dropped them off to the doorstep. I don't care. You ain't paid your child support this month? Drop them off to the doorstep. I don't care. There was never a reason for me to say you can't go to your daddy house or you can't go to your stepdaddy house. Now, if you decided that you just wanted to be over there and be separate, I'm not gonna force that relationship. You don't owe me an explanation. You owe your child an explanation. And when the child get old enough, you have to give it. That's how it worked for me. But here he is, this man, with an expectation that he himself cannot meet. Did y'all see Kizzy's quote? But I put it out today. Don't set an expectation for me that you yourself can't meet. This man had an expectation of this woman, an unrealistic expectation, a high expectation that he couldn't even meet himself. He mad because the dude stepped up and he can do the job he couldn't do? Probably. He was, cuz he was, and that's why that man put him out his car. His homeboy. And the dude in the back almost got put out too. Because he was trying to co-sign the BS. But dude driving was not having it. I mean, he went off. It was like a 3-4 minute video. I watched the whole thing. That man set an expectation that he couldn't even reach himself. Why would you do that? That's what I'm saying. Men, y'all have some high expectations sometimes. They don't be realistic and they be selfish ass expectations. You're not thinking about the other person. You're inconsiderate as you know what. Had to take a sip. I did enough cursing last week. I've been trying to refrain from cursing on here. I'm not really good at it. Which is why we gonna have to go ahead and take this thing over to YouTube so we can have the conversations we need to have. But men, from my experience, fellas, y'all often have unrealistic expectations. If you're married, mind your damn business. You don't know what it's like dating out here in these streets. But if you're out here dating, men, you often set expectations of a woman when you can't meet any expectations of yourself. You can't meet any of yourself. It sounds good, but when it comes to putting it into action, you tend to fall short. So be wary of the expectations that you set for someone else. Ask yourself, can you meet it? Because I'll be real honest with you. I'm not going to set an expectation for somebody else that I can't do myself. A real fan will tell you when you're wrong. I mean, exactly. You already know. I know. You know. You know. Stacey, you already know. And some of y'all know me. If y'all know me, y'all know people don't like me because of my honesty. And my honesty has nothing to do with your feelings. I would rather tell you the truth and hurt your feelings than to lie to you and let you live in a false narrative. I ain't gonna give a damn how mad you get. I ain't gonna give a damn what you gotta say. I don't care how you feel. I'm going to tell you the truth. I have absolutely no filter. It comes straight from the hip. I am mindful sometimes of how I deliver it. If I care about you, I need to deliver it in a very acceptable way. If I'm upset, I am not responsible how you get it, but you gonna get it. I might give it to you and make you laugh about it, but it's a lot easier for you to accept. But I'm going to tell you the truth every single time. Every time. Because that's what I want you to do for me. Don't worry about my feelings. The truth hurts sometimes. But don't set an expectation for somebody that you can't meet. You really need to start thinking about that. Y'all single folks, y'all out here with me because I do it. I'm not going to ask you to do nothing that I can't do myself. I'm glad I do, cuz I do, cuz I care about you. Sharon, how long have I been knowing you? How long have you been married to cuz? I knew you before you got married to her too. Yeah, y'all dated for a long time, then y'all tied the knot. Many blessings. That's many blessings bestowed upon y'all, for real, for real. Black love, y'all know I'm all for it. But I don't set an expectation for somebody without knowing that I can't meet it myself. I'm not. I'm not going to even ask you to buy me nothing that I can't buy myself. Well, that's a lie. I might ask for a Lamborghini one day. You never know. But I got 500 on it. But I try not to set an expectation that I'm not willing to meet or that I can't meet. But men, y'all do have higher expectations than us women folk. Whether y'all intentionally do it or not, you do. Y'all, you do. And from that brother, he just started rattling off a list of things because there are men that actually fall into that exact description of what he gave. A man who expects to only pay bills and occasional yard work and occasional car maintenance. But that man wants the house clean, his clothes clean, his food cooked, his head topped off, amongst a few other things. He wants his lunch packed. He wants his back rubbed. Who knows? He just rattled off a whole long list of things. To be honest, women just want you to shut up, sit down, and be quiet, and give us a minute. We want things too. I'm just saying. We want our hands held. We want our doors open. We don't want to have to take the trash out unless it's absolutely necessary. We don't want to have to tote things in the house. You know what I mean? It's just certain. Our stuff is somewhat a little bit more simplified sometimes, and it kind of depends on the woman that you're talking to. I don't try to have one. I try to help with everything she do, eh, which is good. That's because you love her, and that's because you understand the complexity of your woman. I applaud that. I see some of y'all just joined in. What y'all think? Y'all think a man's expectations is higher than a woman's? We got 18 minutes to get into it. We done talked about it. Oh, yes, I love you too. You told me you love me 2 times. What you doing over there? You know what I mean? So what y'all think? I mean, it was a deep video. I watched it. He went on about how men expect. Oh, he went on about how he expect women. Men expect for women to, because there are men who fall into this category. Expect for her to still be able to stay in shape, to still look like she looked when they got married. Everybody ain't able to do that. Some of us are not that fortunate. As far as the body type, I'm gonna be quiet because I ain't but a size 4. But I'm gonna speak up for my sisters who don't look like the woman or is the size of the woman that he married. How dare you? Mm-mm. But I'm just saying, that's kind of an expectation for some men, not all of them. Let's get it twisted. A lot of fellas don't do that, but there are a group of men that fall into that category and they get mean and say things that aren't nice to that woman, and poor little her stays there and then listen to it as he expects her to do. Women tend to lower their expectations a lot more than men do. And I'm gonna be the I've done it. I mean, for real, for real. Like, I like to date men who fall into my income bracket. But from time to time, I've dated below that. It's great, up or down, but then you lose sight of stuff sometimes. I like to date a certain type of man, but then I like men. So a type of man is one that walks, talks, and I'm just, I'm just saying, just saying. I gotta tell a joke or two. All right. Okay, some men get the business too. Yeah, some men they do. Some men do get the business. But sometimes a man gets the business for a lack thereof. A woman ain't just gonna talk noise to a man out of the out of the gate just to do it. It's where he has continuously fallen short on something to where she has to pick up the slack and continue to pick up the slack and has had to do it for an extended period of time with no relief from him, then eventually, yeah, he gonna get the business. Hmm. She gonna talk noise to him. She might degrade him a little bit instead of doing what she should have done, which is, have a different conversation. We gotta learn how to communicate with each other a little bit better than what we're doing. People have to learn how to be accountable too. Oh yes, Ace. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All men are different. All women are different. However, we can all be categorized or grouped into a certain category amongst our us women folks and you men folk because there are different types of men and women, of course, but a lot of the basic stuff still applies. Every now and then you're gonna hit a miss. But I feel like the brother was on point. I felt like the brother was right about men's expectations being higher than women's. I felt like he was right on the money with that. And after it's okay to initially disagree, but you got to be able to give me some substance to back up why you disagree or why you agree. You just can't say nope. And then when I start, because I'm asking questions, I need answers. I'm going to ask questions just to see where your mind is. There's no right or wrong answer. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but the consensus is men's expectations are higher than women. So it was an interesting thing that I saw. I wish, maybe I'll see if I can find the video and I'll share it to my Facebook so y'all can see it. Yeah. No, because I know some ladies that just go off for the hell of it. Yeah, I done went off, not for the hell of it though. I always have a justifiable reason for going the hell off. I ain't never just popping off just to do it. Hmm, no. Mm-mm. Well, you done something to trigger the beast in me to make me pop off. Otherwise, let's have a conversation because if we yelling and screaming, but I don't even yell and scream no more. Mm-mm, I'm not doing it. I'm not. When I stop yelling and screaming, when I stop asking, and when I stop questioning, you will not get a yellow scream out of me at that point because I done already gave up. I already gave up. Okay, y'all. It is 7:48. It is always a pleasure to come and chat with y'all. I appreciate y'all taking the time out of your night to come sit and chat with me on these topics that I come across, the things that I get tagged in, and the things that I get sent to present to you all so that we can have real grown up conversations and open up our lines of communication to help us better communicate in our relationships. A lot of the time, I wish I could just really, really work on help helping people realize it's so much easier to be honest. It'll save you a lot of time and it'll save you a lot of trouble. I try real hard to be honest with people, especially about my feelings, because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I let people know what my expectations are. I ask them what theirs are. It's just that if you don't plan on meeting them, tell me, hey, these are my expectations, but I don't plan on meeting them. I can deal with that. I can deal with that better than you telling me some BS and then not meeting those expectations. As soon as I find out as far as a venue, and I'm checking on a couple of spots for our sip and chat. We're gonna do this live Q&A question where I think we gonna have we make it a little party, Okay, the young ones say best friends. If that what they if that what they want to call it. It's okay to include that as a label, but don't let that be the label. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as I find a venue that's available in Marion County, I'm gonna let y'all know about the sip and chats and well, the sip and chat. I said chats like there's gonna be two. I guess I'm speaking these things into existence. Somebody say amen. Anyway, I still haven't showed y'all the shirt, so I'm gonna just drop the darn link and let y'all have at it. What the fuck do they expect? Y'all be killing me in these comments. See, the terminology it done changed. Exactly. If that's what they calling it, what do they expect? Exactly. You getting exactly what you signed up for. All right, y'all single folks out there, fellas and ladies, just remember when you are going into a situation. Look, I'm okay with talking to y'all about this, even though my situation is what it was. No need to bring it up. You know what I mean? But because I'm a positive light, my life, you know, goes on. Um, I learned how not to live in the past a long time ago. Yeah, I'm still in my feelings a little bit, but it is what it is. That doesn't mean that I don't believe in Black love, supporting Black love, educating about Black love and how we should interact and how we should communicate and set our boundaries and know what other people's expectations are and to state yours. You don't let people steal your joy. You just shine a little bright and keep doing what you do. That's the expectation that I got from a damn self. All right, so I'm about to look. Y'all always get me to the end of my cup. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Click the link in the description of this video, guys, and go follow me on subscribe to my YouTube channel because that's where we are going to end up. I do enjoy bantering with you all every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all have been in the office with Kizzy for another episode of Men Ain't Minute. Y'all know what I always say. Be good or be good at it, but don't get caught. Love and light. Y'all have a great rest of the week. I look forward to the tags, the inboxes, and the messages about different topics. I'm always open for y'all to send me your topics. I'm always open for you to tell me your story and for me to regurgitate it from a third party view to get insight. I appreciate it. Look, this platform is yours. I didn't ask for it. Y'all gave it to me. So I'm forever grateful and forever humble about that. So I'm going to get off of here because I ain't got no work to do tomorrow, so I'm gonna have another drink. I don't have a class this week, but I'm on the clock. So as long as I log onto my computer at some point tomorrow during the day and show up for a 4 o'clock meeting, I am good to go. All right, so y'all have a good night. Thank y'all. This has been good. I've really enjoyed y'all feedback. I've enjoyed the conversation, y'all comments, and we can always revisit this topic. Are men's expectations higher than women's? I gave y'all my answer. I agree. Fellas, y'all gave me yours. Some of you don't, but then after a little bit of talking, y'all stopped talking and some of you didn't. And I absolutely love the interactions that we have on Facebook. So y'all be good or be good at it. I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy the rest of my night. Oh, before I forget, I don't know if y'all saw my live yesterday, right? And I told y'all how the people put me out the nail shop and didn't finish my fingernail. Finished it my darn self. Love and light, y'all. Have a good night. Good night.